like we can't make a head with solving the situation. We just have to take care of the little things that has led to what we are experiencing as a nation. Not quite last week or last Saturday, the Commissioner of Police of the state, a serving Commissioner of Police of the state, was murdered. And up until now, what we've heard is the security people have been harassing innocent people all over Enugu State for that. That one is by the way. Some years ago, the Chief Justice of the nation, person of Bola Ige, was murdered in cold blood. Up until now, story. Now, if, sorry to say, the president, he just happened to be the president of the station today, but in terms of the information getting to him, is more or less just like the common men, like me and yourself there. The information that trickles to me. Most probably, I'm trying to say, maybe most of the things happening, he might even be reading them from the pages of newspaper. Because, you know, at times when it comes on public to give speeches, it baffles me. So, I think the issue of security, power supply, food security, corruption, the same means, way we are going about it, the same means the security situation will end up in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. Back to you, Colonel.
So, if you take a look at it, you discover that overwhelming power being brought on the Malians, including our Nigerian people who are there for training to come back home and unleash terror on our people. So, the presence of the French and the combined forces of the international forces have drastically reduced the strength of the Islamic fundamentalists that are there. They have removed them from their bases. And if you look at the characteristics of terrorists, whom they are, they started as a small group and they became a formidable force that even the local government or the government of Mali could not cope with them any longer. As the terrorists, they are not supposed to accept combat. They operate in smaller groups and they don't have a leader. They are faceless and they don't have an operational base. But because they started attacking the government of Mali was porous, so they were able to gain ground and they start to become a force that will be reckoned with. And that exactly is what we don't want to happen in our own country here. So by definition, if we really want to attack our system in this place, we have plenty of retirees outside there. The government pay them on a monthly basis. Bring them together, you will be paying your monthly salary, go back to your state of origin and ensure there is security. In the past, we have what we call this Otelemuya in every local government companies. We have this coastal guards.
Please, what is the meaning of Otelemuya?
Otelemuya means these local intelligent guards. They live in the communities. The government give them some tips. Nobody know them as anybody. Sending all these local retirees to that place.
Tips as in
intelligence. Intelligence. They give intelligence. They are not in uniform. They gather intelligence and then cordon off these areas. Let the military go in the form of operation. Give 3 months to Borno State. There will be no Boko Haram. There will be no terrorists. Forget about the issue of policemen. Don't publicize. Don't announce it. Let them sweep the whole place. Let them go in stages. It's a fighting in built-up areas. And then you eliminate it.
It's not a case of lack of will.
The government is talking of collateral damage, but even whether we like it or not, there must be collateral damage. Let the forces move in, let them cripple all these terrorists.
That's the soldier talking.
So that is the way it is. Otherwise, if we are talking of negotiation, you don't negotiate because the people are faceless, number one. Number two, the terrorists have been trained. I was trained as a terrorist and a counter-terrorist. When they train you, they equip you, they give you the necessary thing you need, and they equally give you something to poison yourself in case you fall into enemy hands so that you can commit suicide and die. So you are not expected to come back. And if you come back, of course the man will look for a way of eliminating you since you cannot be eliminated at your point of impact. So this is what we are talking. So if you are going to negotiate, one, the Boko Haram or the terrorists, they don't know their commanders. Their commanders don't know them. Or when they finish their training, you give them the weapon, you show them the axis they are going. So you don't expect them to come back. So why are you negotiating?
Okay, and let me come to Razak. The CP who was murdered last week, some people have said that is a statement. They were trying to make a statement with that murder. What is your take?
Well, they've made so many statements in the past. Like one of the callers said, Uncle Balagi was murdered in this country. Harry Akande was murdered. My very good friend, God bless you, Light on Unity.
Not Harry Akande, Harry Marshall.
Harry Marshall, sorry. Light on Unity, the Ushimole private secretary, was murdered. And stories. You see, not only are statements being made, but we are being showed a mirror of what we truly look like as a nation. It is unfortunate. In Yoruba land, they say when a dog devours its own kids, you now put your corpse by the side. It will devour. So definitely, if the police cannot protect their own, a commissioner of police, a state-serving commissioner of police, not retired, will not be protected. They are just telling them that no matter how high, you can be gotten. So what is the fate of you and I, the ordinary people on the street? And you see, that goes a long way too to affect the capacity of the people to supply information to even authorities. Because if I give you information, the man who has police orderlies, police whatever, will not be protected. Ordinary me, I will now tell you something. How do you think I will survive it? So it's going to affect the performance of the security networks. So definitely it's a statement, and a statement in the wrong time.
In the wrong direction too.
Okay, let me raise the issue that's raised by someone, Tony, who has sent us an email here. He says that our issue is that when one contributes to support the government to supply electronic gadgets to detect crime and stop them before it comes to play, create awareness, etc., such opportunities are not given. And my understanding of what he's saying here is that he said he has personally made proposals sent to state governors and federal government to bring in gadgets and experts to train security agencies and so on so that they can detect bomb. Is the issue that of equipment and infrastructure required to detect bombs and bomb-making factories in the northern part of Nigeria? Is that the issue, or is it a case of training? Which one is it? I'll start with you, Anakoba.
I think the security situation or the security problem runs deeper than just equipment and gadgets.
Do we have enough equipment?
Well, we have a few equipment. We have metal detectors. We have explosive trace detectors.
Is that what the rest of the world use?
Well, in limited circumstances, that's in given places, airports, corporate offices, embassies.
But they're not bombing airports and...
Yeah, well, and thank God, and please don't let them not either. But the point here is, I think what it is that the equipment, let's go to the equipment now. The equipment itself, the technology, let me give you a test case. Abuja CCTV project. 2 years, $500 million paid, nothing done. I mean, that's the state of equipment. So Tony is saying he's talking to state governors, or he's proposing to state governments, federal government, and nobody's listening to him. Yes, because maybe they don't like his face. Because the faces they like, even when it's supplied or not, they are awarding the contract and giving out paying out the money. And that's really the tragedy of this situation. So we're not taking these things with the seriousness it deserves. We have a serious national security problem. Lives are being lost. The president said 2,000 lives. He said that yesterday. Mr. President said that, and I think he's an authority I can quote. My figure is much higher than that. I have 5,000. But let's just say the few they count and tell him it's 2,000. Now, if that is the case, you know, why aren't we worried? Why aren't we concerned? You know, why aren't we doing even more than this? Why aren't we talking to Tony and to Cornell here and so many other people who have this expertise and can bring this equipment in to keep our people safe? We must have that single-minded commitment to safety of lives and property in this country.
Final word from you, Colonel Shubo. And that final word, America went to war in Iraq.
Yes.
They didn't lose up to 2,000 people. Right. I don't think they lost up to 2,000. Is it a case of will of government to tackle this problem? Final word, and we've got to wrap up now.
Okay, fine. Let me quickly follow what my senior colleague has said. We are looking at what we call a PPS. This is a physical protection system we are looking at. We are not looking at a system. Because if we look at the system in its totality, then we now want to start assessing the components of that system. And if any part of the component is failed, then the whole system will break down. So when we are looking at a system, we are looking at the equipment as being part of that system.